So let's talk about designer brands and how it's keeping you broke and poor. In this video by Sarah Nicole. Now it's spelled C-A-R-A. So I'm not sure if it's Sarah or Kara, but she made a fascinating video. And if you guys please hit the like on her channel and subscribe. She talks about fashion, culture, and money, and her videos are awesome. So I had to play this video for you guys and give you guys my comments and let you guys know exactly how I feel about these designer brands. But before I get to the video, guys, I would love it if you take your time to hit the like, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and with your help, I will certainly get there. Let's get straight to this video because it is insane.
This bag right here cost $300,000, and not because it's lined with diamonds or was owned by the late Queen Elizabeth, but because this is a Birkin bag. If you're not familiar already, the Birkin bag is considered the most expensive luxury handbag in the world. The costs range from $8,500 to $300,000 a bag, and that's not even considering the purchasing history that you need to establish with Hermes just to be considered able to buy a Birkin bag. Because you can't just walk into an Hermes store and buy a Birkin bag at the register. You have to establish a purchasing history with Hermes, meaning you frequently buy a variety of their other products like scarves and makeup.
Okay. A $300,000 handbag. Okay, listen to this. I don't understand this and I might get destroyed out there, but there's a bunch of ladies who love their handbags and they just love their handbags. $300,000 for a designer handbag. Like, really, all the ladies I know in my life, including my wife, my mom, everyone else, I asked them this question: would you buy a bag like that? Hell no. They all tell me hell no. So who in God's green earth is willing to spend $300,000 for a handbag that the average person, when they see, they have no idea at all that you are walking around with a $300,000 bag? It's ridiculous. But there's people out there who do not have the money, but they are willing to run up any credit card debt or get a personal loan to get a bag like that or any type of designer handbag to just signal to people that they're wealthy when we all know they're broke.
My game plan was to, wear a lot of my Hermes items to show that, hey, I'm an Hermes customer, and I'm just not like, because tons of tourists just come in who have never purchased any Hermes in their life. And the first question I was asked was, do you have an Hermes bag? So I'm wearing my 2-click H bracelet, got on my Hermes Kelly belt, Hermes CDC belt, my twilly around my neck. I'm a loyal customer, etc., etc.
Imagine if Dick's Sporting Goods did the same thing, and just to buy a basketball, you also had to buy a kayak golf club and some of Dwayne Johnson's Under Armour line. Be ridiculous.
She's exactly right. That is extremely ridiculous. I mean, I don't know anything about Birkin and Hermes and all these other companies. I might even be saying it wrong because I don't even want to learn those words, okay? It's just the words itself are just too expensive for me to say. To know you have to do all these obstacles to just buy your brand, it's like, listen, stop, okay? Stop being so full of yourself. I need to be this repeatable shopper in order to continue to buy your products. That just seems insane. But of course, people go out and they want to buy it.
So why is this happening? What is so magical about this bag? Obviously the answer is subjective. You could argue it's because the materials they use are super high quality or because it's handmade by artisans. But I think the answer is a little more primal than that. We seek social status from what we wear to where we go to school to the handbags we carry. We want to be perceived as high status, especially higher status than those around us. Designer items like the Birkin bag become this cheat code of sort in our modern consumerist culture. Robust generational marketing has labeled values, status, wealth, and some indescribable specialness to designer items.
Yeah, I do agree with her. It does feel like it's a cheat code. If you don't got the money, you don't have the wealth, by showing and by believing, dressing like someone that is wealthy, it looks like you're just trying to show people like you are rich and you made it, even though your bank account says you broke. But it doesn't matter. For that day or for that moment, you are wearing that product, that brand, if you feel like you are in a whole different element, okay? Like you're in a whole different stratosphere, that all of a sudden now you are in this exclusive club. All right, like you are this wealthy person and all of a sudden people are going to respect you. They're going to look at you different and you're going to get all these perks when in reality, no one gives. No one cares at all about the brands that you wear. Okay? No one does. And to be quite honest with you, you'll just look like a clown if you're walking around, because rich people know rich people. Okay? They know what a rich person really is and how they dress, how they talk. They know it. And if you're there being flashy with all these brands, yeah, they could spot you real quick.
So first things first, designer brands will keep you poor. Emphasis on keep, because despite the high prices, these brands are targeting the poor and not the rich. They're targeting the people who want to look rich. Middle and lower class folks who don't have that much money or savings, that is the bread and butter of designer brands.
They know how to work with the psychology of you believing that if you get this thing that you are not supposed to have, okay? They make it as hard as possible for you to buy it. Number one, by the price tag. The price tag is saying you can't afford this. And you're like, oh yeah? Well, I'll show you. And you go around and you do whatever it takes to buy it, to say, look, I made it. Nah, it's there to keep you poor. As long as you keep on buying these products and you don't have the money for it. There's people out there who do have the money for it. If you do, by all means, go ahead. That's all you. Go ahead and shop. But we all know who they're really aiming at. Because like I said, anytime they say you cannot do this thing, people is like, watch me and I'm going to show you.
Steve Jobs is famous for his black turtleneck look, amongst other things. Despite his immense wealth, he always kept that same very simple look. No designer logos in sight. And this is the same case for many of the uber rich. Bill and Melinda Gates, Mackenzie Scott, Melanie Perkins, Mark Zuckerberg, Whitney Wolfe Herd. These aren't people who are running around in Gucci slides and Versace belts and Louis Vuitton emblazoned outfits. No matter how much I would kill to see Bill Gates dripping in Gucci, it'd be a look. But why don't we see the uber rich in these designer brands? I think it's because they don't need to prove they're rich.
You see, I always tell people, look at the true rich people. As she mentioned in the video, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, all of them. They're not on Instagram flashing, letting you guys know exactly what they're wearing. And no, okay? Most of them, especially all these like fintech people, or these technology people, they're always wearing like some simple plain t-shirts. Like simple and plain. Yeah, the t-shirt itself might cost a couple $100, but we have no idea. To us, it's like that t-shirt's in Gap. I could buy that t-shirt in Old Navy. That's a Hanes t-shirt. We have no idea, and we could portray that look. And they do not go around signaling how much money they got. Okay, guys? People who have wealth don't need to signal how much money they got at all. And it's really interesting when you see all these people being flashy on Instagram and then on YouTube and everywhere. They're just being so flashy and people believing, yeah, I need to have that. That's what I need to have in order to make it. But do you guys really know that they're not paying for all that stuff? All that stuff is free. You are the one that's going out and you're the one that's making all these designer brand companies rich.
If anything, designer brands can have the opposite effect and make people think you're desperately trying to fit in with the rich. Maybe this is a bit harsh, but it kind of feels like this neon sign that says, I'm overcompensating. I don't really belong with the wealthy.
How can we tell when someone is pretending to be rich? When someone is a stereotype or almost like a caricature of a rich person? The brands they wear, perhaps the brands they show on display, when you are trying too hard. And that's usually a big giveaway when someone is just faking it because they're trying to overcompensate for something that is not really there.
You see, you will get spotted. People would know, guys. It's not like if I put on a Superman outfit, all of a sudden I can start flying like Superman. Okay? It doesn't work that way. Just because you got the outfit right, and a lot of times people don't even get the outfit right, but let's just say you get the outfit right, doesn't mean you're rich. Okay, rich is not something you can wear. Rich is something you have. Okay, now what we really need is we need a brand out there where you could get people's bank accounts, right, in a balance and just print it on your chest and let people know, yes, I'm wealthy because look, here's my bank account. Want me to show you? Let me log in my account. Here, there's how much money I got. Now that's balling, okay? That's some type of designer brand that I want to see. But we all know the truth is no one's gonna walk around letting people know how much money you're worth. No one is. But they want to confuse people and trick people by showing them, hey, look, I got this Birkin bag. Hey, look, I got this Gucci, this and that. When we all know you're broke. Your true friends and the people who are always around you, they know how much money you got. A lot of times they look at you like, how the hell you're affording all this? We all know why. It's because of debt. And if you continue going down this path, you're going to end up being poor for a very, very, very long time.